We're going to get ready right away. We're on the button today. We're really on the button. Super on the button. We're going to get ready right away.
Yeah.
We're on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm John Miglosh for the WDMA and the International Society for Strategic Marketing. Ho, ho, ho. Here we go. Lots of stories, lots of news. Let's dig in. First, we want to start with something silly, which I always like to do. I really like this commercial. Here we go.
Hey, USAA, it's Gronk again, and I'm here with my man Frank. Frank, say hi.
Hi.
Frank was in the Army, and he's been enjoying that award-winning USAA service for
10 years.
Anyway, he's in. And Frank, don't you love me, man?
Sure, Gronk.
And don't you think I deserve a USAA membership?
Did you serve? Are your parents members?
Nope.
Then no. I love that it's for the military community.
Frank, that's not the line.
USAA. It's still only for the military community.
I think that's so funny. So anyway, thank you for your service. And, I love a product that not everybody can buy. You can't have this. You can't have this. Nothing like exclusivity. And if you don't register, you won't get the link for the meet and greet tomorrow or whatever it's called, Jingle and Mingle. And so you got to get over to wdma.org and get the link. Otherwise, no, you can't come. It's not going to be like easy peasy like we do today with anybody on LinkedIn can go or anybody on YouTube. You have to get the link and you have to come join us and have some fun. So get over there and get that link, wdma.org. It's up in the upper right with a little red thing that looks like this. Okay, let's continue on. Let's see what else we got for news. Okay. This one I thought was sadistic. Mike Gunderson. And I wish they would have spent a little more time on this public relations message, but I'll tell you what it's about. It says that they're going to have this Better Everyday Challenge. 500 individuals receive a special box in the mail from Gunderson Direct that contains a jump rope, sweatband, scorecards, and an instruction sheet. Well, I hope these are volunteers or something, donors or something. It didn't have a clue on why these 500 people are selected. Because if you just send an exercise kit to me, sorry, I can't jump rope anymore. I used to jump rope a lot. I used to be able to double dutch and everything. But nope, not anymore. So if you send it to me, Mike, I'm not jumping. But anyway, it's for the Special Forces Sports Foundation, which is apparently kind of like Special Olympics, only different. Somebody came up with a different name for it. And I thought, well, what's sadistic about it was that I thought, what are you doing, sending this out right before Christmas? That's a terrible way to ruin the holidays. But no, then I went back and looked in the details, and up above it says it will kick off January 17th, just when we need it. I can't find a parking place in my office building here because right after New Year's, the health club across the street is just jam packed and it overflows all the way over into here. And then it calms down after a couple of weeks. That exercise, it's overrated. Anyway, so give Mike a call. We'll tag him in this. Okay. Direct Marketing Data presents. Now, see, I wasn't sure if this was a new company I hadn't heard of because there's so many companies that have data in their name and direct marketing and stuff. And I thought maybe there's a new company called Direct Marketing Data Presents. Dun da da. But I think it's not. I think it's just a headline. Chris Hoffman is up at Segway. I think that's what it's called. Up in Minneapolis. Let's go down here and look and get his thing right. At Sequel, I'm sorry. Sequel response. I knew it was something like that. S-E something. S-E-Q, not S-E-G. Happy Wednesday to you too. Okay, so what's going on in the world is that cookies continue to crumble, not so much because people stopped using them, but because, and it's third-party cookies that are getting blocked anyway. It's not first-party. So if you go to a site and it says, can we send you a cookie? Those aren't going away. Nobody thinks that. Okay, but Apple, in their 14.5 operating system update, said you have to opt in to let people have Facebook targeting to let Facebook track you all over the place. And most people didn't. I mean, like 95% didn't go to the step of opting in. Apple thought it might be 30% or 40%, but it was like nothing. Like, why should we let Facebook track us? Right? Who cares? I just look at the group feeds anyway. I don't even go on my regular feed. I never see it. And so I consequently don't see ads hardly at all. Okay. But secondly, and so as the results from the second half of the year begin to roll in, brands are feeling the bigger than expected impact. In other words, the less than expected impact. In other words, if you try to advertise on Facebook and you don't know who you're advertising to because nobody's letting Facebook track them, then you have less than expected impact. Sorry, Chris, I just have to make it simple for people. The CMOs are leveraging new platforms and finding direct marketing agency partners like Gunderson Direct or like SQL Response. I had to think about that. I'm going to keep calling it Segway Response. It's not a bad name if you want a name for an agency. Okay, and also the attribution is going to pot. Okay, Facebook's retargeting and lookalike audiences have been their pillars, and with Apple's tightening security, retargeting audiences are shrinking and lookalike audiences are garbage. He says degraded. It's like rotten. Okay. Plus, cost per thousand for Facebook rose over 45%. Now, Polly over at Bellardi said it was up over 100%. So I don't know who's right, but it's still a lot considering that the targeting went to garbage. Now they doubled the price or whatever, at least. I think she said it was more like 200% since the first of the year. Maybe that, oh, I see. This is in third quarter alone. See, she said up until September it had gone up like 200%. And so now it's up another 45%. So that makes sense. Woo! That's a lot. So we're getting near triple the cost per thousand. And as I've explained and don't try to do math live streaming because it's impossible. But if, for example, you're paying $5 per click, so you're a local business like a florist. This was from an Adweek study from a couple of years ago. But now you might be paying $5 a click. I guess Amazon is less. It's more like $1.50 a click. But let's say you're paying $5 because I have it in my head. Google says that your bounce rate, meaning they don't click on another link anywhere. They don't look at a product. They don't look at another page. They just leave, meaning that your real cost per engagement is $10. And after the $10, then you can expect, kind of the same kind of thing that you get in mail, like a 1 or 2% response. But you're paying 10% per engagement, whereas in mail you're paying more like $1. So what are you thinking, right? If instead you say, well, no, I'm looking at, instead of response rates and all that math, I'm just looking at sales, or no, I'm looking at clicks instead because, I get a lot more positive reinforcement. Well, then you're spending a fortune on clicks. It's terrible. So anyway, you want to rethink the numbers. You want to get a real look at at mail. Okay, but a little more up to the minute news that you won't probably hear anywhere else. The hottest buzzword, I've done a few. I do usually every year. I do a what's gonna be new in marketing for the next year, and I'll just give a little nod to that right now. And the answer is that there'll be a new buzzword because the way people have figured it out. Trout and Reese in Marketing Warfare say that there's only so many slots in a human brain. You've got a slot for Italian sausage, you've got a slot for turkey, or a slot for chicken, or a slot for leaf lettuce. You say, well, this grocery store is better for this or this for that. And those kind of stick. You got the best one and you got the second best one. And so I was talking with my friend Grant Johnson, and he said, you don't want to use the words direct marketing because nobody uses those words anymore. I remember when they were the hot buzzwords, but even the DMA changed their name from Direct Marketing Association to the Data and Marketing Association. Now, there's two words that nobody should be using. And as I predicted, a year and a half later, they sold out to ANA and are gone. Right? Gone. So, the one thing that marketers always try to do is create their own niche, which is another buzzword. And this year's buzzword is the word journey. Journey. We're going to take a journey. Now, one of the things I like about journey is it doesn't exclude mail, as almost all the buzzwords of the last 20 years have. With big data, and I mean, that didn't exclude it, but everybody thought it had to be digital, and of course digital and AI, and they think that stuff all works better with digital, but in fact it actually works better with mail. But journey is so ambiguous. But as you can see, it's gone from like nothing. No, this is a count. So how many people were using the internet back in 01? Not that many, So it's funny. Journey left. If Journey went south in 2020, that's interesting. It wasn't a straight progression. But now we're on a journey, and we're going to journey with you. And the customer journey will be back in action, which of course even Google admits is a fuzzy at best, messy. You may have a destination and you may have a beginning, but you won't necessarily have a consistent path between the two. That's the way the journey of life is. For each of us, it's a unique trip. So anyway, I thought I'd just touch on that. I've got another direct mail article for tomorrow, but we're going to give you a break today. That one I got to reformat. It's very, very confusing the way it PDF'd itself. So we'll leave you alone. Merry Christmas. Get over to WDMA.org and register, because that is an exclusive offer, limited time only, tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Get over there, register, or you won't get the links from me. Have a nice day. Merry